Go ahead and start here in just a minute. We have a couple different slides tonight and a troop presenting again. So first thing we will do is we will get started with our CEO, Patricia Muller.
Oh, welcome everyone and happy holidays. We had our staff party today, so I am still dressed in the clothing that staff chose. Pajamas, holiday pajamas, and headgear. So I thought I'd leave it on for a little bit just to bring some alert to here. But I have it's exciting. We have some new folks tonight, so welcome. Just to make sure everyone understands, you can stop and ask questions at any time or put those right into the chat as well so that we can see and help what you're here. This meeting is all about you. So I'm going to be sharing a PowerPoint because I have promised to give the State of the Council presentation. This is a summary of what we provided to the Board of Directors. Can everyone see this? You see my slides? I'm going to do a slideshow. I just got too many things here. Oh, well, it will do it from the beginning. Okay. So first I want to note and let all of you know that we have our outgoing board chair, who so many of you know, Tara Pacht, was term limited. And so Tara has left our board of directors. She's still serving on some of our governance committees, but you'll see her out in your community. So after 6 years as board chair, Tara has left the board, and if you go to Camp Farnsworth, you will find this bench here in her honor to thank her for being an awesome board chair from 2018 to 2024. I'd also like to say goodbye to Sheila Valley, who is our outgoing treasurer as a board member, and also to Martha Manley, who has been a member at large. Special thanks to both of them. We are going to miss them, but the good news for me is that they are still on our serving on some of our committees as well. Both Sheila and Martha are experts with our finances, and we love their input on all of those topics. So thank you. I know Martha's on the call tonight, so thank you, Martha. And then I want to welcome and make sure you're all aware of our new board officers. Peggy Piet, who may or may not be on yet, is our new board chair. Peggy's often on these Tuesday night calls. Courtney Morin, who is our vice chair, has been on the board for several years. Maura Grogan, our secretary, who's also been on for several years and can come on these calls when she's not working. And then Mari Harding as our treasurer. So we are very glad to welcome them all in. And then, so those are our new officers. And then Jenny Clark, who is on this call, I know Jenny's out there, has joined the board as a new member at large. So welcome to all of you. I just want to point out we are seeking people to serve as national council delegates. We're also looking for older girls to serve on our board of directors. So if you are in a community or have an older girl troop, please consider having them look into joining our board of directors. For more information, contact the council. There is a form that is available on our website on the governance page. National council delegates are involved at the national level representing our council. We can elect 6. And their role will be to help guide the national movement, provide feedback to the to GSUSA, and also to attend the next convention, which will be in Washington, D.C. in July of 2026. So please, if you are interested in serving on that, I encourage you to apply. We are asking applications be in by December 31st. Okay, so now on to the State of the Council. That's a picture of all of our older girls at the Global Leadership Conference down at Salve Regina. So some successes first and foremost, and this is a summary statement, but our retention increased thanks to all of your efforts from 71% to 70.3 for 71.7. I know it's not a huge increase, but it is great. And I'm always proud when we surpass the national averages. So retention at the national level was 65.4 and our retention was 71.7. Girl retention also increased and surpassed the national average. And we had a specific goal regarding first-year troop leader retention, and that had a major increase. So that really helped us to hit those goals. So thank you to all of you for working together to retain our girls and to serve them, because we know keeping girls is about having a wonderful program. We also renewed more girls, so that's slightly different than the retention rates, renewal rates, and that increased to 74%, which is really great. Again, higher than the national average. Our girl renewal rate was 70.1 and adult renewal was 79.9. So thank you also for that great news. Now, all of these numbers are as of September 30th, so our final year. I'd like to give kudos to the volunteers who ran our 2 volunteer-run day camps, Green Mountain Day Camp in Vermont, in Addison County, as well, which hadn't run for a few years, as well as Whispering Pines, which was in the Lakes region of New Hampshire. So thank you to all of those. You secured sites, provided program, and recruited other volunteers to help you, and we really appreciate those efforts. The council also ran 3 staff, the paid staff run day camps at Twin Hills and Camp Kettleford and Camp Seawood. And then we offered our overnight camp at Camp Farnsworth in Thetford, Vermont, which serves 679 unique campers overall. So thank you. Please encourage your girls to go to camp if you need information or you'd like a member of the camp staff to come and talk to your troop about summer camp. Just let us know because it's coming up. It's time to start thinking about registering girls for camp next year. The STEM van, I hope all of you are familiar with the STEM van. Don't know why that disappeared, but our STEM van hit the road this year and was dedicated 2 months in Vermont specifically and 2 months in New Hampshire. We served 35 troops during these visits and provided STEM programming to 427 girls. So I know was booked fully for the month of November, and we'll be running more programs as well in the springtime. So keep an eye out for that. We offer 2 destinations as a council. These are for older girls. We had the Global Leadership Conference where we welcomed 12 Girl Scouts from across the world and across the country to join our members at this great conference. It's for older girls. If you don't know about it, keep an eye out. It's hosted in March. And we also had a travel destination where 21 Girl Scouts went to Paris and London last summer. This coming year, so you all know, we're going to Iceland. So make sure your children are aware of that. We also had planned and offered 2 cookie rallies, in-person cookie rallies. 157 girls participated in Colchester, Vermont, but the New Hampshire rally was canceled because of snow. So instead, 279 participants received the in the mail, take it home rally kit that was sent out. And then we held the Global Leadership Conference, as I mentioned, in Newport, Rhode Island with over 200 attendees. Adult training, we offered more adult trainings in person and virtually this past year. I've got the whole list on there, plus outdoor trainings, outdoor skills were offered across the council, including basic outdoor living in Bedford, New Hampshire, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Ennisburg Falls, Vermont, Richmond, Vermont, and Thetford, Vermont. That's where we offered programmings. We did the advanced outdoor living with both winter camping and canoe camping out of Camp Farnsworth and Thetford. And then CPR first aid and wilderness first aid trainings were all offered. So it's great. If you are ever looking for a training, be sure to reach out to customer care and we can help make sure that you have the skills you need. Amanda's team is all on top of that. We offered 345 programs last year. Now, that's a success that we offered almost a program every single day. 221 of those programs ran. 124 is the sadness that were canceled due to low or no enrollment. So some of those are programs might be offered by vendors and they require a certain number of people to attend. But we did serve nearly 6,000 youth members through our in-person programming. And we served almost 1,700 youth members in our virtual programming, including 1,172 from 90 other Girl Scout councils. So our virtual program still remains very popular with Girl Scouts across the country. And I thought we would just show you where within our council, this is where our virtual program participants come from. So they're really kind of all over the place for the virtual programs. And this is a map of where our in-person programs were held or offered. So they were really spread out as well. Unfortunately, the red lines are those that were canceled because we did not have registration. So where you see the red lines, we had to cancel those programs in those areas. But we'll keep working on it. And the programs on demand I think it really help because it's on your schedule where you want us to be. So really keep an eye out for those. Oh, was someone asking a question? So some other challenges. These are our challenges. We had hoped that 35% of our total membership would be new girls. We did not meet that goal. 30% of our girl members were new this past year. And then 20% of our adults were new. But if we exclude lifetime members, of which we have several thousand, then 33% of our annual adults were new. So that's great. Our staff ran 190 recruiting events, back to school nights, Explore Girl Scouts, and then we know all of you as volunteers in your local communities ran hundreds more. So thank you for that. Our market share, this is a challenge. Our market share declined. We had a 7.7% market share and it declined to 6.8%. Now, nationally, the market share did decline as well. So we're all looking at this across the country. So, we've got some work to do to ensure our market share. Why we measure that is because we know our girl population is declining. So we want to ensure that we're still serving a large percentage of girls with our program. Nationally as well, the kindergarten market share declined. It did in our council also. So we did have an overall membership decline. And we're working on that this year, and our membership is currently above where our goals have been set. So we've got to keep that up. Overall, our population has declined in our 2 states. For the girl population, the 5-year projections indicate that it will continue to decline. So we have some strategic work to do around how we as an organization are going to be important and reach those fewer girls that we have out there, especially knowing that so many of them are not familiar with Girl Scouting due to how people move and different groups that have come in. They might not have known Girl Scouting. Their parents might not know Girl Scouting, so we need to reach out. So retail had a goal to increase their revenue, and I'm happy to say that they ended 9.3% above budget. We know that the South Burlington kiosk was not the most popular decision that we made, and we've shared before. We're trying to come up with a different solution, but we did maintain sales across the state of Vermont with the new kiosk and the retail location at Camp Farnsworth being opened. We maintained the sales that occurred at the former Williston office. But again, I know it's not a permanent solution, and we are working very diligently to come up with a different option. Build-A-Bear in our special event, something like the cookie rally that took place up in the Northwest, really did help drive our revenue with regards to those issues. So from the governance side, the board of directors, we adopted new bylaws. Multiple feedback forums were held. So to all of you who participated in those feedback forums, thank you very much. It really helped the board as they drafted new bylaws, reviewed them by legal counsel, and went forward to adopt them. So that was wonderful. The board of directors also reviewed and updated our HR policies, which included the review of benefits and pay. So because of how that goes, those are going to be phased in with some implementations across the board so that we are really being budget conscious. And a long-range property planning task group has been started. We've had our first couple of meetings, which have resulted in tours around the properties. Starting, many members of that committee are actually on this call. So thank you to those of you who are on our long-range property planning task group. And last year, I will say that many of you heard we'd had that vandalism at Camp Kettleford, which was an unexpected challenge, but it resulted in significant benefits because the community came out to repair the vandalism and do additional repairs as well. So a lot of work was done at Kettleford that was totally unexpected. And then we did put in new bunk beds at Farnsworth to avoid any sort of issues with climate change and insect infestations, which continue to grow as it gets warmer. So that's mine. That's the short form version of our state of the council. I also want to make sure you're all aware that in 2025, Juliette Gordon Low will be featured on a U.S. quarter as part of the American Women's Quarters program. I do not know the release date yet, but it might be a fun activity to do with your troop or community to keep an eye out for that and to do some activities around the Juliette Gordon Low Quarter. You can find more information about it on the U.S. Mint. I was on there again trying to determine the date, and I had no luck finding the date, but keep an eye out for that. It should be fun. It's exciting to know that our Daisy will be on a quarter. Okay. And just some other topics that I'll come up with. I'm going to stop sharing. I don't know why I turned my video off during that, so sorry about that. I'll get it back on. There we go. Some of you might have heard that the other bakery out there, ABC Bakery, had their parent company filed bankruptcy. And so we're keeping an eye out on that. We do not expect it to impact our cookie program at all, or Little Brownie. But I know in some of the years, one baker has had to support another because the cookie program is so important. And as we head into the cookie season, we want to make sure you are all supported and get the resources you need. So we're keeping a close eye on that, as is GSUSA. We don't expect any problems from it, but it's been in the news. So I wanted to address it and not sweep it under a table, just to let you know we're on top of that. And then the council service fee. Amanda, do I have some time? Okay, so this is looking for some feedback here. We currently have a $15 council service fee. As I believe, as we have shared, hopefully you're all aware, next year the membership dues for our girls will be increasing. Okay, that will be effective in the FY26 membership year, which will have early renewal in April, and that will increase to $45 for 1 year. I am reaching out to see what you think we should do with our council service fee, which provides about 2% of the council's budget. Our finance committee is hoping for your input so that we could there is an increase to the volunteer membership. It will go to $30 from $25, Danny, but the council service fee doesn't hit the volunteer side of things. But I did want to know, we want to provide to our finance committee your recommendations and thoughts about what we should do to our council service fee. You can put it on the chat. You can speak it out loud. We'd really like to hear from you with your thoughts. Again, the council service fee is just about 2% of our budget. And so any thoughts?
What is a council service fee now?
It's $15 as well. So that's why our girls are currently paying $40 for their membership fees, $25 for GSUSA and $15 to Girl Scouts of the Green and White Mountains.
So Tricia, by raising the GSUSA membership fee to $35 starting next year.
It's 45. They're raising it to 45.
45, I'm sorry. No supplemental income is coming back to the councils yet, correct?
That is correct. You are correct with that, Sue. So, yeah. So we will not receive any money from that membership dues that goes to GSUSA. It does not come back to the council. Now I've got some comments in the chat, so let me see if I can catch up. And so let me see. Oops, I can't get to them. Okay. Yes, Ursula, we are going to offer memberships as one of our cookie incentives again for our cookie sellers. And that includes the council service fee and the GSUSA membership dues. It is going to be a reward that we expect a majority of our girls could earn, because we have set it at below our per girl average, so that we really hope girls across our council take advantage of that. GSUSA allows councils to charge an equal amount to the membership dues. So should we so choose, we could charge $45 as our council service fee. Now I know that is not my recommendation. I'm assuming that is not any of yours. So I just want to get that right out there, that is not happening. And then, and Robin had answered the question about membership, so thank you. Okay, so I think Ursula, is that for the $15, or should we change the amount?
Most of my girls get their membership through cookies, through that incentive. So
excellent.
It has no impact on us whatsoever. as long as they sell cookies. So I haven't heard any complaints about I haven't heard any complaints from my families about the increase. I've heard lots of complaints on the internet, but that's a different story. So I don't think the $15 is a problem.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. No. No. So I know Corinne is asking about, what those increased fees will do. And I'm assuming you're talking about the membership fees. That is really to allow GSUSA to continue to make innovation within programming, to cover technology fees. We know some of the technological platforms that you use for Girl Scouting. I'm thinking Digital Cookie, the Volunteer Toolkit, all of those need some additional work, and data privacy laws are costing millions of dollars as they're set out across the country and the world. Yes, Carrie's answering that question, but yes, financial assistance will still be available upon application. We are committed to ensuring that this does not impact who can participate. But we are aware that sometimes just saying a higher amount might turn some people off from even considering joining, but also that some people might think there's more value in a higher underlying membership dues. So it's half a dozen of one or the other.
Oh, I can add, I initially, I think, was one of those people who was a little put off by the price increase, just because, again, right, you hear the higher number. And then I signed my son up for Boy Scouts, and they charge a whole lot more than Girl Scouts do. So even with the increase, you're still cheaper than Boy Scouts.
Yeah, that is true.
So that perspective really helped me wrap my head around, paying more.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Ashley. That's really important. In at least the state of New Hampshire, even with our increase, the Boy Scouts are still twice as much, at least.
At least, yes.
At least, I think it's 150.
I paid $145 just to register him, and they want another $50 in dues and another $85 registration every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so in the interest of time, I know there are some other issues out there for our folks to be part of. So what we can talk about this in a breakout, or if you think of anything, don't hesitate to put it in the chat at any time. We will download that. We do have members of our finance committee on board on the call tonight here, who wanted to sit in and listen. So you can always write to us at customercare@girlscoutsgwm.org. Like I said, put it in the chat or call up and talk to us. I'm more than willing to talk to anyone about something like this. Okay. So go ahead, Isabel. Yep.
In the chat, I put it there, but can you do something so first year members are not charged the fee somehow? And then I know last year they did, if you registered in the spring, you got membership over the summer and for the next year. And that would be for new people. That's again an incentive, right? If you registered for the summer for camp or something, you were also registered for the following fall. So that whatever it is, that was, you don't have to register twice if you're going to camp or something like that. But first year members getting something as an incentive to join. So hopefully after girls have been a member for the year, they say, hey, yeah, this is worth it. And the extra $15. And I know dues is going to change anyway, but
Right.
My way back in the 50s, my troop, I think national dues were $1.
They were lower than that at one point for me. Am I older than
1952.
Oh,
but
okay. Sorry. Yeah, it was
existing troops, existing girls in my troop, the troop paid half of it.
Yep.
So after the first year, it was only 50 cents for national dues. I mean,
right. And I would encourage all of you troop leaders that your troop treasuries or even community treasuries could help pay for the membership dues. So Nicole has indicated that she's read it as building towards $85 a girl for the national membership dues. That was part of a proposal that was discussed at a national council session in October, but that was not passed. The dues were established to be $65 is where they're coming to. So in a 2-year time period, they will be at $65.
So it'll be
Not-
45 and then 65?
Yeah, 45, then 65. Yeah, I think I'm getting my members now. So, okay. So, and I hadn't even seen that there were a whole bunch more talks, but now I have. So thank you all for your comments in the chat. And with that, Amanda, I will turn it back to you. So we have some time there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Trisha. And I am going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to turn this over to Liz Simmons. She is with Troop 59095, and they're going to talk a little bit about some of the activities they have done. So let me go ahead and put this up. And hopefully that all pulled up the way it should be.
Looks fabulous.
Awesome. Go ahead, Liz.
All right. So these are partial of the troop that we have. We have 24 girls, ages 6 to about 13. My mom's also on this call, Linda Hernandez, and
Hi.
she's also with our troop. She's one of 4 leaders to, house these crazy girls. But this is our spaghetti supper. So this is actually our 2nd year doing this, and we're going to make it annual. We've actually had some requests to do it a 2nd time in the spring. We're trying to make it work with our schedule, but I don't know what's going to happen. But this is a big hit. We chose to do this to donate to the Ringe and Jaffrey food pantries because we are a Ringe troop, but a lot of us are in the surrounding areas. And our girls love to do volunteer work. We actually try to go to a lot of different community areas, but this is a big one. We have a very big troop, so we have to try to prepare it the way we need to. And the girls, honestly, I cried at the end of this community supper because they did such a phenomenal job. And this year, our cadets, we have 5 of them. And 4 of them out of 5 showed up, and they each had a group of 4 girls, as you can see in a couple of the pictures. And we had 4 different stations. So it was the kitchen, and then it was the welcoming area where all the tickets were. It was the drink section going around filling up drinks. And then there was also other girls walking around just making sure people were happy and they were enjoying their food. So it was really cool because we rotated every 10 to 15 minutes. So the girls got to do everything, all the stations, and the cadets ran it. I mean, all of the troop leaders were around just kind of watching, making sure, supervising, that kind of thing. But I really was very proud of the cadets. They did an amazing job, and they really want to work towards some leadership stuff. So they're right on the money right there. But our troop ended up raising $500 last year. So we donated $250 to each food pantry. And then this year we raised $600. So we had $300 to each food pantry, and it was awesome. I don't know if Amanda Powell sent you those pictures, but there was a couple pictures of the girls that, so there it is. So the one of that's actually my daughter and myself and my mom, that's the Jaffrey one. And then the Ringe one had a little bit better of a turnout because it was later in the evening. So more of the girls got to go to that one. But the women were just so happy. They're always so thankful and grateful. And the girls are they love it. They absolutely love it. And that's a picture of pretty much when it started getting busy, the tables and the cleanup crew. My goodness, every time we do something, it's like all hands on deck, no questions asked, like, what do you need? And it's just absolutely amazing. It's a great feel, especially during the holiday season. Mom, did you have anything to add to that?
Just that we donated over 250 pounds of food between the 2 food pantries.
It's a great job. It was great.
That is awesome. That is a lot of food. That is a lot of people fed. That is awesome. Does anyone have any questions or anything for Liz? All right. Well, we'll go ahead and keep moving, but Liz will be on for a little bit longer if you have any questions. And of course, I can always get you in contact with her if you have any questions. We appreciate it. And let's go ahead and go to the next one, which should be me. So here we have our membership numbers. As of midnight last night, we had 4,871 girls. We had 1,908 for adult memberships and 1,605 in lifetime memberships. That leaves us at a retention rate of 70.7% with a girl retention rate of 65.8 and an adult and lifetime of 77.9 at this moment in time. That also gives us a total membership right now of 8,384. And then I believe my next slide is going to be for Dee Dee with volunteer support.
Hi. First, thank you, Liz and Linda. It is wonderful to see the girls giving back. Absolutely. And it during a time that it's so needed. Thank you. Thank you. So your work is doesn't go unnoticed. On our team for volunteer support is Amanda Powell, our team lead, Anne Marie Yorio, Carrie Zames, Alessa Bagalio, who's also on the call with me, and myself. And next, I have 2 quick slides just to share. Oh, that didn't look good. It ran off the slide. Our bank account information forms are due every year by October 31st. The accounting department is still missing several. So if you haven't turned yours in, please get it in ASAP. If you have new accounts that need to be opened and you have a community accounting coordinator, please get in touch with them right away. If you don't know who it is, get in touch with us. We can connect you. Or if you don't have a community accounting coordinator, then reach out to us and we will help you and get that account opened. Next, please. And some exciting news about some incentives for building your service unit or your troop. Help is always needed. We all know that. The strength of Girl Scouts comes from our connections. So if we have someone added, a new member to your service team, we will give $50 per position to that service unit account. Same with membership growth. If a service unit does their own recruitment and recruits 1 to 3 new troops for their service unit, that's $50 for their service unit account, $250 if you get 4. And then, of course, for our troops, if they can, reach out to their families or friends, grandparents, neighbors, and recruit more help, we will give them $15 for each new troop helper that joins the troop, up to $60. And I know that in the VSC News, as well as the Outlook, we provided more information on how to meet the criteria. That's all I have for now.
And I believe next we will be going on to Girl Experience. And I think that Christine Airy is joining us for that.
I am. Thanks, Amanda. If we can go to the next slide, please. Just a reminder of what our team looks like. So myself as the director, Paula Kelly Murphy as our coordinator of program partnership and travel, Ashley Jerome as the coordinator of day camp and program, Cassandra Gilson as our program lead, Ashley Guerin and Laura Barrett as program specialists, and of course, all our many wonderful seasonal and summer camp staff. And if we can go on to the next slide, please. So I'm excited to talk with you all about embracing possibility and our fabulous cookie rallies that we have coming up in January. They are happening between the weekend of January 4th and 5th on the Saturday and Sunday. All the locations are on our events calendar, and so you can see the time and the dates for all the different locations. We still have openings at every location and would love to have your girls come out and join us. The girls are going to travel through a series of stations, learning all kinds of different skills, from learning about what goals are and how to set goals and reach goals, to testing their knowledge of our Girl Scout cookies, putting their noses to the test to see how well they know our Girl Scout cookies, and all other sorts of different activities. Every girl that joins us will leave with a rally patch and a set of cookie pom-poms to help cheer themselves on throughout the season. So don't miss out on this great opportunity. It's always so fun, I think, to get to take our girls to these bigger events where they get to see lots of other girls from different troops in the area. Registration is open until 12/20, and the cost is just $10 per girl. And along with all the fun activities they're going to do and some crafts, and again, they'll all leave with that rally patch and those pom-poms that they can use to maybe help decorate their cookie booths or pull those customers in during those cookie booths. If you have any questions about the cookie rallies, feel free to pop those into the chat or come and visit us in the Girl Experience Room later on, and we'd be happy to answer those for you. But hope to see you guys there. And I think I have one more slide. And I'm also really excited to share that camp registration is opening any day now. Hopefully next Monday or Tuesday, we'll be seeing camp registration open on our website. We're very excited about it. At day camp, we have a lot of new programs coming out this year. Stuff from Icky Sticky Science to Color Blast and Camp Critters and more. So definitely make sure you are keeping an eye on the website, as well as we will definitely have an email in your inbox letting you know when registration is open. For overnight camp, also a lot of great new programs there. We're excited to have an outdoor cooking program for all the different age levels, a stage crew program, and a lot more. So keep your eyes open. All this great information is coming. Camp costs have basically stayed the same. Registration deposit is still $100 per resident camp, and $75 for day camp. We're excited. We got camp staff already coming back from last summer, and we're looking to recruit some new staff members as well. So definitely keep an eye out for camp. It is coming. And I think that might be it for me.
It is. That is the last of those slides, and that is the last of our staff presentations for tonight. And we have some breakout rooms. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so I can go ahead and get those breakout rooms opened up for everyone. So of course,
Amanda, sorry, Amanda. I didn't have a slide, but I think I was planning to speak briefly about the Take Action grants.
Absolutely.
Yes, I will jump in. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of a new initiative that we're rolling out to support troops and individual girls who are working on Take Action projects. So we will have the link in upcoming newsletters. You can also reach out to customer care, and we're happy to share it out to you. But this is an opportunity for girls who are working on Take Action projects to request funding to help support their projects. So the amount is based on what the need is, but this is a great opportunity if your girls have a great idea for a Take Action project to help their communities, but maybe need some additional funds to make it happen. So we've already had one request we were able to fill that helped to purchase supplies for a Gold Award project. It could be for a silver or a Bronze Award project as well, or it could just be for a Take Action project that your troop is undertaking. So it could be for printing of signage, it could be for materials that you need to build something, it could be for really anything that the girls can come up with, but you need some additional funds to help make the project happen. So if you're interested or you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to customer care. And it's an easy form. We just ask for you to provide some details for a general budget, as well as what your project is and what the time frame looks like. We will review it and award the money that will be sent out to your troop. And then there's a report that you submit afterwards where we ask you to provide some photos and a little bit of an evaluation about how the project took place. So we're looking forward to hearing the stories and the ideas for the great projects that your troops might have planned for Take Action, and be able to provide this funding to help make sure that those projects can take place. So if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, or I'll jump into the Girl Experience group to answer any there as well. All right, thanks, Amanda.
Not a problem. Thank you, Carrie.